Cali, Colombia, in August of 1999. Detective Carlos Mendoza is drinking coffee in a police station when his phone rings. The caller's voice is nervous, shaking.
I know where they keep the money. The Vale Cartel. $12 million. In an apartment.
Mendoza has been a cop for 15 years. He's heard 1,000 tips. Most are garbage. But something about this voice, the fear in it, makes him listen.
How do you know?
I deliver food there. Twice a week. I've seen inside security guards, reinforced doors, and bags. Lots of bags. They count money there.
The caller gives an address. Mendoza writes it down. Then the line goes dead. Mendoza sits at his desk, staring at the address, thinking about what $12 million could do: pay off his mortgage, send his kids to university, buy a house on the coast, retire early. He's been a cop for 15 years. He makes $800 a month. And he just got information about $12 million sitting in an apartment guarded by men who can't call the police. What would you do? Mendoza picks up his phone. But he doesn't call his captain. He calls someone else.
Victor, we need to talk. I have something big.
Victor Reyes is not a cop anymore. Technically, he retired 6 months ago, walked away from 18 years on the force. Too much corruption, too much danger, too many friends killed by cartels. But when Mendoza calls, Victor listens.
12 million in an apartment. The Vale Cartel.
Victor knows what Mendoza is suggesting, and he knows it's insane.
You're talking about robbing a cartel?
I'm talking about taking money they can't report stolen, money they can't call the police about, money that doesn't exist officially.
They'll kill us.
Only if they find us, and they won't. Because we're going to make it look like a DEA raid. Official, legal. They won't even know they've been robbed until we're gone.
Victor is quiet for a long time. Then,
how many people do we need?
Over the next 2 weeks, Mendoza and Victor assemble a team. 7 men total. Carlos Mendoza. Active duty detective. 15 years on the force. Knows police procedures. Victor Reyes. Retired cop. 18 years experience. Tactical specialist. Miguel Santos. Former Army sergeant. Weapons expert. Calm under pressure. Pablo Herrera. Active duty police officer. 10 years. Drove tactical vehicles. Luis Ortega. Former military police. Explosives training. Speaks English fluently. Diego Ruiz. Active cop. 8 years. Tech specialist. Can forge documents. Javier Morales. Retired Army lieutenant. Planned operations in drug interdiction zones. 7 men. All with military or police backgrounds. All broke. All desperate. All willing to risk everything for one score. The perfect team, or the perfect targets. September 1999. 2 weeks before the heist, the team meets in Victor's garage. Maps spread on the table, photos of the apartment building, guard schedules, shift changes.
This is the target.
Victor points to a building in a middle-class neighborhood.
3rd floor. Apartment 3B. The Vale Cartel uses it as a counting house.
How do we know the money is there?
We've been watching for 10 days. Every Tuesday and Friday, 2 SUVs arrive. Men carry duffel bags inside, stay for 3 to 4 hours, leave with the bags. They're counting and redistributing.
So we hit them on a Tuesday or Friday when the money's there?
No, we hit them Sunday night, right after the Friday delivery. Money sits there over the weekend, waiting for Tuesday pickup.
Diego spreads fake documents on the table.
I made these. DEA raid warrant, signed by a federal judge. It's perfect. If anyone checks, and they won't have time to, it looks 100% legitimate.
Luis holds up a box.
Official DEA jackets, patches, badges, even business cards. Will look like the real thing.
Pablo shows photos of a white SUV.
I bought this from police auction. Former DEA vehicle. Still has the radio system. We paint it, add the markings, and it's an official raid vehicle.
Javier lays out the timeline. 3 a.m. Arrival at target building, 3:02 a.m. Breach apartment door, warrant in hand. 3:03 a.m. Secure guards, zip ties, no shooting. 3:05 a.m. Locate and bag the money 3:15 a.m. Load vehicles and exit 3:20 a.m. Scatter to separate safe houses. Total time inside 13 minutes.
13 minutes. That's all we need. In and out before anyone realizes this isn't a real DEA raid.
And if something goes wrong?
Victor doesn't answer. They all know what happens if something goes wrong. September 25th, 1999. 2:47 a.m. 7 men sit in 2 vehicles. White SUV with DEA markings. Black sedan behind it. Everyone wearing tactical gear. DEA patches. Fake badges clipped to belts.
Radio check. 2, copy. 3, copy. 2, 4, copy.
All 7 confirm. They're ready. Mendoza is driving the SUV. Victor beside him. Miguel and Luis in back. The other 3 in the sedan.
Remember, we're DEA, we're official. We have a warrant. If anyone asks questions, we show paperwork and keep moving. Confidence. That's the key.
They drive through empty streets. Cali at 3 a.m. is quiet. A few taxis. Some late-night workers. Nobody pays attention to a DEA vehicle. At 2:58 a.m., they pull up to the Target building. 2 guards sit outside the entrance, smoking cigarettes, talking. They look up when the vehicles arrive. Mendoza steps out, badge in hand, warrant in the other.
DEA, we have a warrant for apartment 3B. Step aside.
The guards look confused. One reaches for his radio.
Don't do that.
Mendoza's hand moves to his weapon.
This is an official federal operation. Step aside or you'll be arrested for obstruction.
The guards hesitate, but the badges look real. The vehicles look real. The paperwork looks real. They step aside. Victor and the team move past them, up the stairs, to the 3rd floor. Apartment 3B, heavy door, reinforced lock, but they brought tools. 3:02 a.m. Miguel uses a breaching tool. The door crashes open.
DEA, on the ground, hands behind your heads.
Inside, 4 men, 3 armed guards, 1 accountant at a table with stacks of cash. They freeze, hands up, shocked.
This is a federal raid. You're under arrest for money laundering. Get down, now.
The guards comply. They've been raided before. They know the drill. Don't resist. Stay quiet. Call the lawyers. Victor's team moves through the apartment. Bedroom, bathroom, kitchen. In the bedroom, 12 duffel bags, stacked against the wall. Luis unzips one. Cash, stacks and stacks of $100 bills.
Jackpot.
3:06 a.m. They zip tie the 4 men, hands behind backs, ankles bound, tape over mouths.
Where's the rest of your team? Where's your warrant?
Victor shows him the fake warrant.
Federal Judge Martinez, signed yesterday. You'll see it at your arraignment.
The guard studies it. Nods. It looks legitimate. 3:09 a.m. They carry the 12 duffel bags down the stairs. Load them into the vehicles. The 2 guards at the entrance are still standing there.
Tell your boss to call the federal prosecutor's office tomorrow. They'll explain the charges.
3:14 a.m. Both vehicles drive away. 12 duffel bags. $12 million. Gone. The guards wait until the vehicles disappear. Then one pulls out his phone.
Boss, we have a problem.
September 25th, 1999. 4:30 a.m. Safe house in the suburbs. 7 men gather in a garage. 12 duffel bags on the floor. They open them one by one. Stacks of cash spill out. Hundreds, 50s, 20s.
Count it.
It takes 2 hours. They organize the money into piles. Count carefully. Double check. Final total, $11.8 million. Almost $12 million. Split 7 ways. $1,685,714 per person. Miguel stares at his share. More money than he's seen in his entire life. More money than he'll make in 20 years as a soldier.
We did it.
They burn the DEA jackets, the fake badges, the fake warrant, the patches, everything that connects them to the heist. Then they scatter. 7 different directions. 7 different safe houses. The plan: lay low for 6 months. Don't spend the money. Don't talk about it. Don't contact each other. After 6 months, leave the country. Different destinations. Different lives. It's the perfect plan. Except for one problem. The Vale Cartel doesn't wait 6 months. September 25th, 1999, 10 a.m., Vale Cartel headquarters. The cartel boss, let's call him El Patron, is listening to his guards explain what happened.
DEA raid. They had badges, a warrant, official vehicles. They arrested our men and took the money.
El Patron makes a phone call to a federal prosecutor he owns.
Was there a DEA raid last night? Apartment 3B.
Silence. Then,
No operations in that area. No warrants issued.
El Patron hangs up, looks at his guards.
That wasn't DEA. That was a robbery.
He makes another call, this time to someone inside the police department.
I need to know which cops were watching Apartment 3B last week. I need names. I need photos. I need everything.
Within 6 hours, the cartel has a list, 7 cops and ex-cops, all seen near the target, all with financial problems, all with the skills to pull off a fake raid. El Patron looks at the photos. 7 faces, 7 targets.
Find them. All of them. And bring me my money.
October 2nd, 1999, 7 days after the heist. Pablo Herrera is driving home from his police shift. He's been careful, hasn't spent any money, hasn't talked to anyone, hasn't contacted the team. He pulls into his driveway, gets out of his car. A van pulls up behind him, fast, blocking his escape. 3 men jump out, grab him, throw him into the van. Pablo fights, but they're professionals. Zip ties, tape, a hood over his head. The van drives for 30 minutes, then stops. They drag Pablo into a warehouse, tie him to a chair, remove the hood.
Where's the money?
Pablo says nothing. They ask again, and again, for 3 hours. Pablo doesn't talk. He knows what happens if he talks. They'll kill him anyway. At least this way, his family gets to keep the money. Finally, they stop asking. October 3rd, 1999, 6 a.m. Pablo's body is found outside a police station, hands bound, multiple gunshot wounds, and something else. His mouth is stuffed with cash, exactly $1,000. A message to anyone watching.
We're coming for the rest.
October 3rd, 1999, noon. Mendoza hears about Pablo's death on the radio. His hands start shaking. He calls Victor.
They found him.
I know.
What do we do?
Run, right now. Leave the money. Leave the country. Just run.
But it's too late. The cartel has eyes everywhere. October 8th, 1999. Miguel Santos is found in his car, shot twice in the head. His share of the money is gone. October 12th, 1999. Diego Ruiz disappears. His apartment is empty, blood on the walls, but no body. His family receives a video. They don't share it with police. October 15th, 1999. Luis Ortega tries to flee to Ecuador. He makes it to the border, but the cartel has contacts there too. He's found 3 days later, buried in a shallow grave. October 20th, 1999. Javier Morales barricades himself in his house, armed, ready to fight. The cartel doesn't storm the building, they wait. 3 days later, Javier comes out for supplies. They're waiting. He's found the next morning. By October 25th, 1 month after the heist, 5 of the 7 are dead. Victor and Mendoza are still alive. Barely. Victor fled to the countryside, changed his appearance, no phone, no contact with family, living in a shack in the mountains. Mendoza went to Panama, used false documents, found a small apartment in Panama City, stays inside, orders food delivery, never goes out. November 1999, Victor's location is compromised. He doesn't know how. Maybe someone saw him. Maybe the cartel traced his family. Maybe someone talked before they died. The cartel sends a team. They find Victor's shack, surround it. Victor knows they're coming. He hears the vehicles, sees the men. He has a choice, surrender or fight. Victor chooses to fight. The gunfight lasts 12 minutes. Victor takes 3 of them with him, but there are too many. Victor Reyes dies on November 18th, 1999, 54 days after the heist. That leaves 1. Carlos Mendoza. Mendoza survived 8 months in Panama. 8 months of paranoia and waiting. In May 2000, he made a mistake. He called his daughter. The call was traced. Panamanian police arrested him on May 15th. They found $1.2 million in cash. He never revealed where the rest was hidden. Facing extradition to Colombia, where the cartel owned the prisons, Mendoza started talking. He gave investigators everything: the heist, the names, the locations. In exchange, no extradition, protective custody. It worked for 3 months. On August 8, 2000, a prison riot broke out. In the chaos, 3 Colombian inmates, on the cartel's payroll, entered Mendoza's cell. August 9th, 6 a.m. Guards found his body, 17 stab wounds. The $1.2 million had vanished from the evidence locker. 11 months after the heist, all 7 men were dead. The cartel recovered most of the money. You can rob a bank and maybe get away with it. You can rob a store and maybe disappear. You can rob a house and maybe escape. But you can't rob a cartel. Because cartels have unlimited resources, unlimited patience, unlimited reach. They don't call the police. They don't file reports. They don't follow laws.